Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel from Woodworking with Dash, and today we're going to make this pyramid box with two obelisks on the side, engraved in hieroglyphics, with a front door that opens to reveal a shelf to hold all your jewelry. What a box! This box really is a statement piece. Seen all the way around, it's a lot harder than what I thought to make, but it's all done now. So come along on a journey and I'll show you exactly how to make this box. Hey guys, if you're liking these videos, please subscribe and ring the bell. I'm only a new channel looking for subscribers. I'm thinking of giving value for your time, so please subscribe. Pyramid box, do you like that? Damn, it took some working out. Make it out of European beech, great looking timber, and the stripes and the top are going to be made out of peruke, the African timber, very striking timber. What we do first, of course, slab up the timber, and I'll put the peruke stripe down. Here I am slabbing up the timber, cutting the beech. Make sure I don't hit the camera. And now the peruke. And throwing them through the thicknesser now. Clean them all up. Look at the colour of that peruke. Damn, great colour. I glue up again. I find the old cramps so much better. It's so much easier to use, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just too old fashioned. Maybe I am. But I think this pyramid box is kind of great. I like the contrast from the peruke to the beech. Very nice. Very nice. I've taken the sides out of the cramps. They come up. I've been there for a few days, but I've been doing some other little work in the other shed. But now I've got to put them through the thicknesser, and then I've got to cut them in half. But they're the four sides of our triangle. Yeah, putting through the thicknesser again. God, I use my thicknesser a lot, don't I? It is a great machine. This has got a helical head on it. Just so easy to work. And here I am just cutting them roughly on the saw, just so I get the four ends out of them, four sides of the pyramid box. And cutting the first angle on the bottom of the box. Could have done it on the table saw, but no, done it on the drop saw. I've cut the bottom angle and I've cut the top angle. See that? And I cut it so it sticks up just past the block. So now the top and bottom are parallel at the pyramid angle now, making sure that the peruke strip is in the centre. I'm cutting the angle. I'm glad I got a big airfeed table to hold all my little bits and pieces. I tended to put anything everywhere. I'm cutting more of the peruke. Very expensive, that peruke. You don't want to waste it. head through my favourite machine again. I'll show you how to tape a joint like this, but you can't cramp them. Get a lot of tape. Not over there, hanging off a fair bit. This is the back side now. Just cut it off. Be gentle, be gentle. Be gentle, always be gentle with things. Top. Then we just flip it over. Leave the tape over hanging. Okay, now we're ready. Cramp. Okay, now just pull them together with your hand and roll the tape over as you do it. And that will be enough to cramp them. Do the bottom now. One at a time. Roll it over square. There you go. And roll this one over. Alright guys, just gluing up the obelisks, the Egyptian obelisks that will stand each side of the pyramid. Try spelling that. Obelisk, no idea. I'm going to make these obelisks, I'm going to put Egyptian hieroglyphics on the face of them. I think, as I said, I only make these things up as I go. I'm using Mervu as the other timber. Okay guys, while we're waiting for this to dry, it's time for part 2 of our road trip to the NGV, where we will see some of the magnificent furniture that they've got in there. So let's go. Wow, look at that. It's a product design, neoclassical style. Imagine making that. And this is a Pugin table, George Pugin, there's his name was. Look at the marquetry in that, man. It's all done by hand. It would have taken forever. Look at the workmanship in that. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. Amazing. And this is just a hutch. I just like the shape of the top of this hutch. I'm going to make a box similar, I think, somehow. I don't know how, but I'm going to do it. Very nice shape. I like that. And the workmanship. Look at the mirror. Imagine putting that in that glass door. And this is a Gillard design table. I like the legs in this one. So slender. And look at that little curve at the bottom. It just is. I don't really like the upper shelf though that we're going to see in a minute. I think it's ugly. It's very thick and heavy. The workmanship's good, but it's very thick and heavy. Welcome back to the shop. I hope you enjoyed our second trip to the NGV. Some of the furniture was magnificent, wasn't it? And they make it without electricity. It's all hand done. Don't know how they do it, but they did it. Anyway, back to the box. So I've taken the end out of the cramps. I'll put them through the sander now to sand them down all flat. I've taken the obelisk out of the cramps. And I'll plane that up, and then we'll look at what sort of angles we have to cut it on. We're putting the end through the sander now. The sander creates a lot of red dust. You've got to be careful too, because the red dust can get impregnated into the beech. So you've got to be very careful kind of to not take too much off at a time. And using my hand sort of cut the ends off. Now it's time to glue them onto the back section of the pyramid. The front section is going to be the door, so for the time being, I want to go glue on the back section. But that's very hard to do. So what I decided to do, I'm just going to do one bit at a time, and I'm just going to put a bead of glue down there. It's a square joint, so it'll just sit right. Rub it in, and just leave it. If I try to tape it up, it'll port. So that's the best solution, I think. Okay, just rubbing it around now a bit, just to get a suction into it. Line it up. And budding the obelisk plank. Again, I've got a helical head in the buzzer too. Makes it so easier to buzz things. And through my favourite machine again. The dust extractor works well with that machine. Okay guys, I've got my angle jig all set up now. Not much of an angle jig, but it suits me. So it's just an old jig, but it suits me. And now I'm going to cut the angles on the obelisk. See how we go. Okay, just setting it up now. Don't try to hold these with your hand. They'll explode on you. The top of the cramp looks closer to the blade than what it really is. I'm missing it by a good ½ inch to an inch. Just looks close, that's all. And I keep turning it over to get the right angle. Mate, very, very finicky work this. I've glued the two sides on, I've glued 3 sides together of the pyramid, and I've put a shelf in. Just a jarrah shelf, set back 20mm or 30mm from the face. I've shaped the obelisk that go each side. I'm going to make the base out of this 25mm occam. This is a very neutral sort of timber, and that's what I want. And it's very light, I like this occam. And this is, I made the door. The door goes in there, and will fold down somehow. When you're doing things you're not quite sure of how they're going to work, do a test piece. I've done this test piece hinge. You see that? To make sure everything works. And it does. So that will go like that and just fold down. Cool. Okay guys, I've glued up and sanded up the top of the obelisk, and I've done that in peruke. And now I'm about to cut the angle on there. Let's do it by eye first, and then I'll keep rotating it. And that should give me a complete angle on top. It's very easy when everything's set up right. Everything just works. Look at that, perfect. Again, I'm cramping it. Don't try to hold these things, they'll bite you. Here I am cutting the top of the pyramid, just the 2 sides. Doing the top of the pyramid now. As you see, I cut 2 sides on the bandsaw, but you've got to be very careful cutting the other 2 sides if they're up in the air. So the best way is cut them rough and sand them, and just keep going back and fitting them as you go. It just takes time, that's all. But the obelisks come up well, you know. Look at that. And we do the base next. So slowly but surely we're getting there. Okay, just routing the base with the OG cutter. See how I'm going around quick this time? This is the last little cut. So it takes any black marks off, doesn't leave any black marks if you're quick about it. But you're only going to take a little bit off at a time. And lasering the hieroglyphics. I got a hieroglyphic alphabet off the internet, and I just picked the symbols I like. I don't know if they spell anything, but maybe they do. This is a big job. This is a very big job. This is a big job. You know the time when you wake up in the morning and you say to yourself, oh, what sort of box am I going to, what am I going to do today? I'll make a square box. Nah, I'll make an oblong box. No, I said to myself, I'm going to make a pyramid box. You know, day and a half, get it done. Damn, this is harder than what I thought. It just is. Anyway, we're getting there now. The top of the pyramid all sanded up. I walked about 10 miles back and forth to the sander, taking a little bit off at the time to get this bloody thing done. The obelisks come up well, didn't they? Got the hieroglyphics on the front and the merbu in the centre. Come up well. Okay guys, we're getting there now. This job is so finicky. I've screwed the base on the obelisks. They came up great, didn't they? Look at that. Okay, now I'll screw the obelisks on to the big base, because if you just glue them, they've got too much leverage and they might break off eventually. So I'm going to screw them on there. I've screwed the door up. I've set the door up and I've screwed it on, but I haven't glued the body down yet. Just the door, but it's easier to fit the body around the door. If you try to get it perfect, you'd be bloody hard, you'd be hard pressed. You could probably do it, but it's just easier doing it this way. Then I can just set everything up and then put a stopper in to hold the door and then just glue the lid on. And then we'll be done. I'm having a lot of fun doing it, as you know. I complain about these things, but I actually love it. It's so, I find it so rewarding. Okay guys, we're done. Wait for the glue to dry and to sand and polish. Wow, look at the colour of that peruke when it's polished. Comes up great, doesn't it? If you notice, I got a little hieroglyphic on the face of the base. Okay guys, and most challenging box yet. The obelisks come on good though, didn't they? Look at that. Look at that. It just pops, doesn't it? More than pops. I think it's a statement piece. It's one of my statement pieces boxes, I think. With a jar inside. Jar shelf on the inside. Wow, look at that. It just pops, doesn't it? It really does pop. Hey guys, thanks for watching again. Please subscribe and ring the bell. You know what to do. We've had a lot of fun making this box. It's been bloody hard, but we've got there. Great box. And I think I'm really giving value for your time. So, we're all having fun here. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next video where we will be making another box. Yay!